talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
The Attitude Era. The Attitude Era is seen by many as the most popular era in WWE history. And I can't disagree with that. A lot of people would say the Hogan years in the 80s, but I mean, the Attitude Era for me is my favorite time, my favorite era in wrestling, period.
Mm-hmm.
It was during this era where we had the Monday Night War with Raw going against WCW Nitro. We had this era when you saw a lot of creative and some wacky, not creative characters to the forefront.
Yep.
So we're gonna do some pros and some cons for the Attitude Era. All right. We'll do 3 apiece.
Okay.
3 pros, 3 cons. All right. I'm gonna start with a pro. One of the pros of the Attitude Era was the stars.
Yes.
A lot of stars, and I mean, it's the who's who of wrestling legends: Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Mick Foley, Stone Cold. I probably said it. I'm saying them again.
Shawn Michaels.
Triple H, Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart was in the beginning of the Attitude Era. They always say it was September of '97, so he was there. Kurt Angle, like it's amazing.
Hardys. You still had
The Hardys, the Dudleys, APA,
and these are newer people that were coming. You still had legends from the 80s that was still there, that was going. You still had Hogan's. You still had Kurt Hennigs. You still had Rude kicking
Hogan,
around.
they went in the Attitude Era.
Well, in the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
Well, we just talking about
WWE.
well, just WWE exclusively.
Yeah, this is WWE. So we're gonna talk about the Nitro Era.
Okay. All right. So just exclusive Attitude Era.
Attitude Era.
Yeah. WWE. I mean, Edge and Christian. Gangrel. Lita. Trish Stratus.
It's a who's who.
D-Lo.
It's a who. Mark Henry. It's a who's who of legends. So one of the pros is stars.
Yeah.
Stars. All right, you got a con?
I got a con.
What's one of the cons of the Attitude Era?
One of my cons of the Attitude Era is I named one person specifically, like D-Lo.
Yeah.
I believe that at that time, work rate, as people like to coin it, work rate wasn't appreciated as much as it is now. Back then, you had people putting on 5-star matches, but it was swept under the rug because somebody's car was about to get blown up in the next 5 minutes. It's like they out there going hard, sweating, bleeding. But man, I forget that. Bro, you see, what's his face got thrown out the bridge?
Yep.
Like that's what kind of overshadowed. Like the stuff that happened in the Attitude Era was so big.
And speaking about the work rate, Raw didn't really care about work rate. Raw was like, because you go back and watch a lot of Attitude Eras, the longest match might have been maybe 9 minutes.
Yeah.
It was 3 minutes. It was bam, 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 1, 2, 3. Let's go to the backstage segments.
Yep. Or somebody come out. Like when the Hart Foundation was running crazy.
Yeah.
DX was running crazy. The Nation. Like it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I agree with you. The work rate was like underappreciated.
Because you still had the Tonka Michinokus and folks that would like go out there and put on good matches.
Like you're talking about like Shamrock, D-Lo. You still had
Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, like Jeff Jarrett. All them was still putting on good matches and stuff. Like even the tag team scene was great.
Yeah, you had LOD still around.
Yep.
DOA.
Yep.
Los Boricuas.
Yep.
But
the tag team division was still good. So yeah. So y'all do agree with you. All right, now you get to name a pro. Another
pro. Mainstream. It was cool to be a wrestling fan. Like it was everywhere. There was not a channel. You turn on BET Comic View. You smell what The Rock is cooking. They putting it in their jokes. You turn on the news. Somebody on there got a Stone Cold shirt on.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's like whether it was the news, whether it was somebody on a cooking show, whether it was in Times Square. Like wrestling was everywhere. Commercials, movies, references.
Everywhere.
And that kind of piggybacks off that star thing he mentioned, because you had the stars that people wanted to use because they had that much appeal. It's like, we want a piece of that.
Yeah.
In mainstream music, in music videos.
Yeah.
Like, wrestlers were showing up everywhere.
Everywhere.
So everybody knew, like, a lot of times now, and I give an example. You can ask people who Seth Rollins is on the street. If they don't watch wrestling, they don't know.
No.
Ask those same people who Dwayne Johnson is, who Stone Cold is.
Yeah.
They gonna know.
Yep.
They're gonna know.
Yep.
Even if they didn't watch wrestling.
Yep.
They know about it.
Yep.
So that's the difference. That right there, the mainstream attraction, bro, it was just broader. And I know now we're in an era where they probably got bigger deals than they've ever had.
Yeah.
But
But it ain't and I'll probably say it's mainstream, but it wasn't at a pitch that the Attitude Era was.
it was a
I'm
different
telling you,
pitch.
it was different.
It was a different pitch. You had to be there.
It was around the time where everybody was like, "Oh, okay, I see why you watch wrestling."
Because wrestling was cool.
Yeah.
It was groundbreaking. It was rebellious. It was different.
Yeah.
And it was new. It was fresh. A lot of things they were doing were new and fresh because they stepped outside the norm. So that mainstream appeal, boy.
Yeah.
That hit home, boy.
I got a con. My con was the women's wrestling was awful.
Oh, whew. Yes.
Women's wrestling was awful.
Almost non-existent in
God
some cases. Like the middle of the Attitude Era.
You still had, like, Ivory was probably the only woman that knew she was doing as far as, like, being the younger talent. I mean, because they had, like, Mae Young and Fabulous Moolah, who was, like, in their 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
And then you had Trish and Lita and then Stephanie McMahon.
And then
that
like,
was it.
Kicking around in the intro of the Attitude Era, you had like the girls who were on the roster. Granted, they were valets, but they were also advertising shirts in the middle of the show. Get out there and show that shirt.
Yeah.
Come out there with it tied up, and they buy the new The Rock says shirt, and they turn it sideways and stuff, sticking their chests out. I'm like, that's what the women were at that time. You were a valet, you were a dancer with Flash Funk, or you were advertising.
Yep.
And then when he did start getting a little action, you had people like Luna that was still there that could actually wrestle.
But they pushed people like Sable.
Yeah.
Who couldn't wrestle.
So Luna made Sable look good.
Yeah.
And
and he had China, and look, rest in peace of China.
Yes.
But she really wasn't that good as a wrestler. She really wasn't.
No.
But they pushed her because she looked like something. Like she
her look was
groundbreaking. And
groundbreaking.
then she got a little big over here talking about she want to make the same as The Rock and Stone Cold. And Vince was like, nah.
Like, no, don't get ahead of yourself.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Like, rest in peace of her. But they started pushing people like her when, like, you had Ivory there, or they started pushing people like Miss Kitty, Miss Cat, Champion, Stephanie McMahon, Hamza, Champion. When people like Lita was there. So it's like the women wrestling in the Attitude Era. But what you gonna do? All right, man. One more pro. I'm gonna give him one more con.
One more pro. You look forward to watching it every week. Storylines were immaculate. They left you on either a cliffhanger, or it was just that good, that feel good, or that disastrous where you like, oh, he gotta get his get back next week. Man, I gotta watch. And the internet wasn't as popping as it is now. Yeah. So if you were on a dirt sheet or something, you had the subscription or you had a gateway to get on it. But most of the time, it was, you really didn't know what was going on unless and even if you paid the little extra money, we had hotlines back in the day.
Yeah.
You paid the little extra money to get on the hotline or whatever. They still didn't give you enough. They gave you just enough to, quench your thirst, but you didn't even know what was going on until you watched the show. So it was must-see TV every week. Somebody was doing like I made the joke about something getting blown up or somebody getting thrown out of something. It might be a random title change. It might be a debut. Somebody jumped from the other company to the WWF. Somebody is about to change personas. Somebody about to turn heel, turn face. Like it was always a reason to watch the show. And with characters like we had that were always evolving, because that was another thing about Attitude Era. The characters were always evolving. So whether they went in the direction you wanted them to or not, Undertaker, but they
You get off the Undertaker.
no,
American
he went from the dead man to the American badass. Get out of here. But they were always evolving, and it was like it kept you locked in.
Yeah.
So it was like I gotta watch, because if you didn't watch, you like, man, what happened on Raw this week? I missed it. Or you gotta set the VCR. For those that remember VCRs, you gotta set the VCR and recording and watch it back, because it was must see TV.
Must see.
It's like in the modern era, you feel like you can miss an episode and you might not miss much because it might be an episode where absolutely nothing happens, or maybe one thing happens.
Yeah.
On the old Raw, or the old SmackDown.
Yep. Everybody, it doesn't matter you was a jobber, most times, mid-card, lower mid-card, up. Everybody had something going on.
It was always a storyline.
Storyline was good.
Everybody mattered.
Always something that going on.
From, oh, hell yeah, to indeed. Yeah. You had, if you know, you know, you had a storyline for Goldust. Like everybody had a storyline. Even Brian Christopher, before he became too hot, Brian Christopher, before they became too cool.
They always had something going on.
Yeah.
So you didn't want to miss anything.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a different time.
Yeah.
And I know people get tired of, folk talking about the Attitude Era.
It was they good.
Yeah, it was.
All right. And last but not least, the last con. The last thing, one of the cons about the Attitude Era was, I do think it messed up some kids. As far as it did, man. Come on, man. Well, they scarred some kids.
Those folks got in trouble. I know that.
I was one of them.
Yeah, I was too. How many got in trouble for doing this?
Yeah, that's one of the cons. It did scar kids. It when I say scar, I'm not talking about it like messed them up like for life. I'm just talking about it had kids getting in trouble. Cause they were doing some stuff on that show that shouldn't have been on that show, and kids shouldn't have been watching. But yeah, that's one of the con. That's a con. Yeah. Like it was,
a lot of the sexual innuendo and all that. It's like it was a lot of stuff that went on now that I know personally my wife wouldn't agree with now.
Yeah, like 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old me loved it. But if you, like you said, if you got kids and they can't even watch it. No. For real.
And as a kid, your hormones raging, you got all kind of stuff going through your mind, and you can tune in and see such and such walking around in a skimpy dress in a bikini contest on Fully Loaded 1998. Woo! Fully Loaded. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
I actually bought that tape to the Boys and Girls Club, which was hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, that was great.
Miss Jackie versus Sable.
Yeah, you know. Get involved. Get involved.
But look, man, I agree though. Yeah. It was a lot going on for kids, man. It's a lot going on for kids. But we watched it. We watched it and we loved it.
We loved it. So shout out to the Attitude Era, man.
And those of us who weren't, too far gone to where we could come back.
Exactly.
Because some folk couldn't come back, and they took it too far.
Too far.
Yeah, like I think it was one where a little guy actually like murdered his little sister. Like he put her through a table, like head first through a glass table. I was like, come on, bro. And it was like a whole outrage of parents talking about some, da. But at the end of the day, it's just like an action movie or anything else. When they say don't try this at home, they mean it.
Don't try it.
Don't try it at home. So they did have that disclaimer. I do remember those commercials a lot.
Yeah.
Did we pay attention all the time?
Nope.
No. But they put it out there. They didn't say, try this move next week. Tell us how it went. No.
No.
So, but it did. Nah. Yeah. Good times, though, man. Good times, yo.
Good times.